Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning. I'm actually doing better, feeling better, and believe it or not, I sound better. As I chug water so that I can have a voice. But yes, laryngitis is no fun. It is awful. How did everybody sleep? I hope you all slept well. I am going to be selling Girl Scout cookies with Olivia at a booth this morning in Crestline. And then I have to drive to Atlanta because I have a meeting tonight about one of my movies that I can't miss. So I will be in Atlanta just quickly for the night. So I'm going to go to the meeting and then go to bed. But I feel better. Thank you for asking. Not better, not 100%, but better than I have been feeling. And what else? What else? All right, so let's have a conversation. There is real fear. It is real in what other people will think about your decisions or what or making the wrong decision. Like it is terrifying sometimes when people have input in your life and you know that they see things you don't see, and you know that they may be right, and you have this struggle between wanting to make decisions for your own life and wanting to allow people who love you to have input. And I want to tell you a story about my relationships and things like that. The person that I dated before Michael was so wrong for me. If you've read my book, you know how wrong he was. And everybody in my life warned me about him. Everybody said that it would not end well, that he was not in a place to love me, that he was self-destructive, that he would hurt me. But I didn't listen because I was bound and determined to be part of that relationship regardless of any warning. I literally think at that point that God himself could have come down and been like, hey, Jamie, this is not going to end well. And I would have been like, nah, I got this. Don't worry. I'm doing it. I'm good. I did not heed any of the warnings. His own mother, listen to the impact of that. His own mother was like, yeah, I don't think you should do this. I think this is going to be bad for you. Do you know, like, for a mother to ever say anything that is against her son, especially her son, is like, okay. But I was, like I said, I was bound and determined to make my own decision. Now, they ended up being so right about it. It was the most destructive, emotionally abusive relationship I have ever been a part of. It literally destroyed me. So when I met Michael and people started warning me about Michael, it was scary for me because the same people who had just warned me about the person I was with before him were now warning me about Michael with different warnings. He's too much like your dad. You're too much like your mom. You'll end up having the same problems they had. You there were some things that people saw in Michael that and me. A lot of it was who I am. It won't work long term because of these things. And I remember a time in my life where I was so afraid that they were right. And that once again, I was not heeding the warnings, that I was walking into a situation that would only leave me brokenhearted. And I remember praying about it. And I remember thinking, why does it feel so right if it's wrong? See, because the last one felt wrong. I just did it anyway. But this one feels right. Now, I'm not saying there were not red flags. And I'm not saying that Michael is perfect, because Lord, Lord, he is not. But it was a different feeling. And I remember thinking, if I move forward with this relationship, if I get into this relationship, I know what they're all going to say about me. I know how they're going to feel. I know the things they're going to say behind my back because I know what they think. I've just come out of the worst relationship ever. How could I possibly be making a smart decision for myself? And I remember it weighing on me. I remember it feeling heavy in my chest, okay? Worried, really worried about what people would think, especially my mother. I was like, oh, my mother doesn't think this is a good idea. And, maybe it isn't. And I just want to explain something to you. When you stop making decisions that are for you, and you make decisions for your life that are for other people, you stop living the life that has been laid out and chosen for you. And let me tell you how I know that is right. Had I not been in the relationship I was in before Michael, as wrong as it was, and as damaging as it was, and as hurtful as it was, it brought me to God. Amen. It brought me to Michael. Hallelujah. I got my babies. I got my life. It's not perfect. We work really hard. Some days I don't think we're going to make it, but I believe that I am exactly where I am meant to be. And I do believe that I could not be living this life without the mistakes that I had made. Now, are there some mistakes I wish I didn't have to make? Of course. But the mistakes that we make for our life are what is set out for our journey. Nobody else. Sure, yes, I need input. I need opinions. I need people who love me to say, hey, whoa, that might not be a good idea, Jamie. That might not be a good idea. But ultimately, I have got to make the decisions that are right for me, because my journey has been laid out for me, not anybody else. So big picture, the universe, God, whatever, the unicorn, whatever you want to believe in, is depending on you to choose your path, not anybody else. It is required that you make the decisions for you. You are not expected to live a life that makes anybody else comfortable. You are not required to live a life or make decisions that brings happiness or joy to other people. Only yourself. Only yourself. Don't be afraid of the mistakes. Don't even be afraid of the hard relationships, because I am telling you, that is where you will come into the rewards in your life. I promise you that the rainbows come after the storms. And honey, I lived the big storms, the worst storms. And the thing is this, like, I don't think that I had it easy per se. I wouldn't say like, oh, my mistakes were easy. They never felt easy. But I will say that it is different because we didn't have children together. I will say that having children with somebody that you realize is a mistake, I can imagine, because there have been true times where I really was not sure that Michael and I would make it. And I thought, what will this mean for my kids? I mean, there is definitely a different thought process there. But I'm talking to women right now who want to make decisions that are not popular, that will not go over well with the people in their life. And I am telling you that you have been called to make those decisions. You have been called to live the life that has been laid out for you. This is your journey. You have been called to be, you were created to be outstanding. Nobody else, sure, they can give input, they can love you from the sidelines, but you have got to show up and get on the field of your life. And I know it sounds like I'm using every metaphor in the book, but I am telling you, this is real. Take those people with you to the sidelines and let them cheer. But once they start to jeer about the decisions you're making in your life, even if you're not making the right ones, you need to tell them to go to the bleachers. Because we have got to, we got to live, we got to feel, we got to taste, we got to experience, we got to be brave. I remember my dad. I don't remember much. But I remember that my dad was sick. You know, he died when I was 17. And I remember telling my dad that I wanted to become a member of a different political party than my dad. And my dad, in New Jersey, it's different than where I live now. You have to register to become something. Like, you have to register. It's different. And I remember my dad sitting there really quiet for a while and just kind of looking at me, probably trying to figure out, like, whose kid is this, right? He was just kind of looking at me for a while. And then I said, "Are you going to say something?" And he laughed and said, "Jamie, something tells me that in this life, you will not have any problems making decisions that you feel are right for you, even when they're not popular, and even when people who love you are going to look at you like this." And I didn't really get it at the time. I was like almost 17 and just really wanted to probably go see my boyfriend. But he was right and he was wrong. There were times that I was fearful of making decisions that were not popular. There were times that I was afraid of what other people would think. You know, there are some people right now whose bravery I am in awe of. They are so brave in their journeys and their stories, even if it has motives. Even if they have motives. Some people go, "Oh, she's only making that decision. She's only using that." Oh my God, Amanda, thank you for using his name. Thank you for hyping his name. There are some people's bravery. I go, man, I got to work towards that. I got to be braver. Like, I'm brave, but I could be braver. I really could. Like, if people are going to love you and really love you and stand by. Am I yelling? I can't hear out of my ears. I'm so sorry. If people are going to love you and really stand by you, they got to love you when you're brave. Because when you're brave, it makes other people uncomfortable. It really does, because in their mind they go, "Oh, why is she so brave and I'm not that brave?" And I know that's true because I've felt it before. I have felt that feeling before. I have seen bravery in others and thought, "Oh, that's bothering me." But Jamie, why is it bothering me? It's bothering me because I'm not at that spot right now. I'm not at that place. And I want to be there. So be there in your own life. Truly. And here's the thing. If you have to make a decision right now that is not popular and you need to feel brave and you need to feel like you have someone in your corner, message me. I got you. I got you. I will get you through it. I will help you. I will cheer for you when no one else is cheering. Okay? I want you to, yes, Glennon and Abby are brave. They are brave. Yes. Yep. Very brave, because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about that really quick, about a decision that brave. You make the decision to leave your marriage and fall in love with someone else. I don't care who they are. There is going to be half the people in your life that are disgusted with you. Some will hide behind religion. Some will hide behind conventionality, if that's even a word. Some will also be mad because they want out of their own marriage and they're not brave enough to do it. So the fact that you made the decision to choose love and be happy and move on and all those things people say, it will destroy them. It will eat them up inside. be brave anyway. Because when you die, the only life you are called accountable for is yours. That is it. When you die, the only life you will look back on is your own. Did I make good decisions for me? Was I happy? Was I brave? Did I follow my journey, my path? Tracy, I wish I had me 3 years ago. We've only been on this coffee talk journey together for about 2.5 years, and I wish I had me 3 years ago. Be brave. And if you need somebody to cheer you on, if you need somebody to hold your hand, if you need somebody to get you through it, I'm your girl. I am here for you. I will show up for you. You show up for me. Because this life is hard. It is intimidating. It is scary. I get scared too. I am not brave in every decision I make. I am yelling. I'm sorry if I'm yelling, but I'm telling you right now, I got you. You got me. You're not in this alone. We can do it. We're going to live the life that we have all been called to live. We are going to follow our own journey no matter what anybody else thinks about it, because it is our life. And at the end of the day, we are responsible for our own happiness. We choose joy. We choose peace. We choose love. That is our decision. I can't hear out of my ears. I love you so much. If you knew how much I loved you, it would scare you. I am going to talk to the girl in Atlanta. I'm thinking Atlanta might be a great place for our retreat because it's easy for everybody to fly into. Birmingham is hard. I would love to do it in Birmingham, but it is hard. For those of you who came over to Instagram yesterday, I love you. I love having you over there. I told you, you need to be brave. But my Instagram is Jamie P. Sullivan, and it's a lot of fun over there. If you need me, I got you. I'm right here. And I love you. I just love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You are not alone. I am on the sidelines. Even if I'm the only one standing there, I will be cheering and screaming. Y'all have heard how I scream for Olivia. That is how I will be screaming for you, for the choices and decisions you want to make for your life. You message me and you tell me what's going on. I think I'm going to do the retreat in this summer. I think maybe July, a weekend in July. And I am working on a coffee talk series for teenagers. I know a lot of you are having issues with your teenagers. I am going to do a coffee talk series, moms. You've just got to be able to get them to watch. That's all you have to do. I'm working on it now. I want to get it right. I don't want to just put something out there. Also, I'm going to be cooking tomorrow night. If I feel better, I'm going to be cooking sesame cauliflower. I know you're probably thinking, what? I like sesame chicken. Just trust me. It's delicious. You will love it. Cooking in cast iron tomorrow night. I love you guys so much. I love you. Have a great, great day.